Penn RN Research News.
The most recent estimates suggest that for every U.S. birth cohort, so for each year's worth of kids that are born in the U.S., about 42,000 deaths and 20 million cases of disease are prevented by the routine child immunization schedule. Herd immunity is the protection that's offered when most members of a population are immunized or otherwise not susceptible to a disease. And it's really important because there are always going to be members of a population who can't be vaccinated, or in the case of something like measles or pertussis, might be too young to receive their vaccinations. There are also kids, again, who are medically contraindicated from getting vaccinated. So it's really important that everybody else get their vaccinations so that herd immunity is offered to those more vulnerable members of the population. So personal belief exemptions, or what are also called philosophical exemptions, are allowed by 20 states. Another 28 states allow a religious exemption, and there are only 2 states, Mississippi and West Virginia, that don't provide for either a religious exemption or a personal belief or philosophical exemption. And of course, all states make provision for a medical exemption if that's medically appropriate for the child. In 2008, in San Diego County in California, a boy who was intentionally unvaccinated, his parents had decided not to vaccinate him, traveled with his family to Europe, where there's actually quite a high measles incidence. He was exposed to measles, contracted it, came back to the U.S. It actually took him several days and several visits to doctors to get diagnosed with measles. A lot of providers in the U.S. have never seen a case of measles. And in that time, he exposed his siblings, who were also intentionally unvaccinated, several kids at school, and several kids, including infants who were too young to be vaccinated against measles, in a doctor's office. So that outbreak actually resulted in 12 cases and about 800 exposures, possible exposures to measles.